Hello everyone, Kelvinator here and welcome to another video about MFL. Today I am going to answer 6 of the most frequently asked questions. Lately we've seen a lot of new managers, which is really awesome to see, and they often ask the same questions. So I thought, let's make a video that answers 6 of those questions that are, I think, the most asked in the chat in Discord. Also, if you haven't joined Discord, make sure you join the Discord. I'll put a link in the notes below. So first of all, question number 1 is, what is MFL? So MFL is a football management game on the blockchain that uses NFTs as for players and for clubs. And this is what makes it unique. It's one of the few of those football management games on the blockchain. I do have to say it's still in development, so a lot of things are not finished yet, but it's really great if you join now to be part of the journey and to see how it's developing and progressing over time. So a lot of people say it's like football manager, but then with NFTs. So let me explain it a little bit more. What is the difference? So it tries to have a similar game as Football Manager, where you are managing a team and where you play matches and games and try to win leagues and titles. But what makes it different is those NFTs. So if we scroll down, it says here, become a real manager. So why is it more like a real manager? Why is it way more real than Football Manager, for example? It is a real competition because you are playing against other managers all over the world. Each club is managed by a real person somewhere in the world. It's also a real economy. You are really buying, trading and selling those players in clubs with real money. So all the assets you also own for real, and you can send them to other people. They're in your wallet, so you truly own them forever. And of course, it's real fun because of those elements. So it's really about real economy, real people. It's a never-ending save. It will last forever, and you can build up a real legacy. As they say here on top, build your football legacy. So that's briefly what is MFL. I'll show you more later, probably in another proper video about it. But this is, in short, what it is. So question number 2, how to play it. So I'll show you my HQ, and then I think you have a better idea how to play it. So let's go to the league, for example. Or not the league, I mean the market, because then I think we go to the app and we go to my HQ. So let's go to my HQ. I'm Kelvinator. My manager name is also Kelvinator. So how to play it? You can play it through 2 ways, let's say. You can own clubs and you can own players. So you can play with a club or play with a player. So if you have a club, I have 6 clubs. Here you can see my club. You can join competitions and win prizes and win points. A little bit more about the points later. So right now we are in off season, and you can register for a couple of tournaments, for the pre-season tourney, season 0.5 and the IMFF Cup. So I own a club, I register for those tournaments, and then I participate in those leagues, and I can win trophies and I can win points. So I already registered. You can see that I registered with all my teams. I'm gonna participate in the pre-season tournament. That's gonna start very soon, and as you can see here, I can win some rewards, some points. And then another way to play it is, if you just own players and you don't own a club, is by loaning out your players to a club. So those are still my own clubs, but for example, this goalie I loaned out to CSM Tunis, the Wender logo club, and by loaning out, I'm also earning points and I can track his progress. So I'm the owner, I can follow how he's doing, is he playing, and then at the end of the season I get 2% of all the points that this club earns. This brings me to question number 3. What are MFL points? So MFL points are, let's say, the currency, the in-game currency right now. So you can own them by participating in leagues, and depending on where you end in the league, you get a certain amount of points, same for the cup. And also if I loan out players to other teams, so for example, this goalie, Dirks, earns 4% of the revenue of this team. Carpathian counts MFC. So with my clubs and with my players, I can earn points, MFL points. We can go to this screen and you can see all the points I have and how I earn them. So for example, from this team, Tunis, I got 4 points because they ended in, I don't know exactly, bronze or 5th to 8th place. So that's why I got a couple of points for that. And you can see all my club finishes and players. So you can earn those points by participating in leagues with your clubs or by loading out players to clubs. Then question number 4 is, what can you actually do with those points? So right now you cannot do anything yet with those points, but it's one of the priorities of the team to start start a shop, set up a shop where you can spend points. So there's one important element, is that we're still in alpha seasons and the clock has not started ticking, as I call it. So this also means the rewards are lower and you cannot spend them yet. But eventually you will be able to spend them on players, maybe some other assets such as a stadium NFT or like a training complex or staff members or something like that. So right now you're just gathering them. We're still in alpha and rewards are also scaled down. They're just sitting right now in your account, but eventually you'll be able to spend them. And this brings me to 2 other important questions. So question number 5 is, can players get better? Yes, they will be able to get better, but not right now. So time is frozen. We are not still playing alpha seasons, and only in season 1, from season 1.0, we're now season 0.5, players will get better. So right now, they still stay the same age and their attributes don't change. But eventually it will happen. So for example, I have here all my players. This guy, for example, he's 18, Ambrus Buki from Hungary. So he's 18. When the clock starts ticking, when we have season 1, he will get better based on the amount of time he plays and how well he's doing and if he plays on the right level, etc. This will all be announced later, how exactly he can get better. But he is a very young guy, so definitely this guy will become much better. So far, what's been announced is between 1 to 15 points overall. So in theory, this guy has a pretty good shot at becoming a legendary. So because players are getting older, eventually they also retire, and then you can use your points that you earn to replace them and buy new players. So in the end, it should be a sustainable economy where you have your players, they get better, they retire, and you replace them with players you bought from the points you earn. And that also brings me to the last question. So with your club, can you promote and relegate? So let's go, for example, to my Casablanca Corsairs team. They are now in the Gold Division. If they win the league, they can go to the Platinum League, in theory. And if they end this spot where I ended last season, not very good, 8, they can also relegate to the Silver Division, but not yet. Again, time is frozen. So now they cannot promote and relegate, but when the clock starts ticking, season 1, players will be able to get better and clubs can promote and relegate. So then the real game really starts and mimics a actual football league where players get older, players get better, players get worse, players retire, clubs promote and clubs relegate. So I hope this answers some of those most asked questions. Please let me know in the comments if you have more questions. Thank you for watching. I'll also share my referral link in the description below. So if you want to join the game, there's a little benefit for me and for you if you join it. So please check it out. Thank you for watching and see you next time.